Siamo qui con due ragazzi che vengono dagli Stati Uniti e che siamo stati onorati di ospitare per questo evento per la pedalata garibaldina. Conosciamoli meglio. Hi, what's your name?
Michelle Henriksen.
Hi, Michelle.
I'm Juan Pablo Guevara.
Hi, Pablo. What do you think about this event that organized by the Association Italy-Cuba? What do you feel about these items, about the case of the 5 Cubans who rest in the United States?
I'm against it, and I'm amazed how the ride was put together, and it became an international ride, and Americans were invited to participate and to ride in solidarity with freeing the Cuban 5, now the Cuban 4. And the bike ride, the speeches, everything was well put together. It was amazing just to experience the solidarity on the road and to come together with other bikers and other members of the party to help bring awareness to this campaign and fight it. So I thank you for that, and I thank you for the invite, and I was very honored to be a part of it.
And you, what do you think about this situation, about this event? You think that the case of the 5 Cubans are maybe the most important example of a terrible American fight against Cuba?
Well, I think it's one of many examples. We feel that they are cruelly and unjustly incarcerated. We're glad to hear that a resistance movement such as it's important, solidarity and resistance movements like this, because they help to bring about awareness to the United States and the international community. And we're also glad to hear that one of the Cuban 5, as she mentioned, got released and will now be returning home. And overall, I enjoyed the event here. I enjoyed the camaraderie. I enjoyed the food. The bike ride, I didn't enjoy it too much. It was really difficult, but still, I'm still glad we're invited here.
It's fun.
Yeah, definitely, and we definitely look forward to riding for the Cuban forces. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Sì, i due ragazzi si sono detti onorati di aver partecipato a questo evento e credono che davvero questo possa essere un esempio davvero molto forte di solidarietà verso il popolo cubano, verso quello che Cuba rappresenta nel mondo, anche verso questo atteggiamento imperialista degli Stati Uniti d'America che davvero miete tante vittime in tutto il mondo. But finally, what are your motivation that you came here? You have this trip to Italy. What are your motivation, your reason? Sorry.
The reason was the bike ride and taking part in an event that brought awareness to the case, and it was very important for us, me also, that I as an American take part in something like this, considering that's where they're detained. Another motivation was experiencing the Italian culture and the food, and being able to meet other comrades across the world. So that.
And you, Pablo?
Same thing she mentioned. Our motivation was especially to show solidarity, and we understand how important our role is, especially as Americans coming from where the Cuban 5 are, incarcerated. We feel that it's important, and it's imperative our role as Americans to participate in events like this to show solidarity. And yeah.
Sì, la loro motivazione principale è quella di portare appunto la solidarietà del popolo americano verso il tema dei 5, oltre che per provare l'esperienza della situazione in Italia, per vedere com'è la situazione anche nel nostro paese in merito a un'associazione come Italia-Cuba. And in the United States, what are the people think about Cuba, about its problem? There is can change the situation by Americans, especially during the last year. In the last years, American change his opinion about Cuba or not?
Ooh, that's complicated. It really depends where you go, who you ask, but I'm starting to come across more Americans that are becoming aware of the situation and educating themselves and asking questions and realizing that what is being done is illegal and unjust, and some are starting to ask how they can get involved. So it's interesting to see the shift in what is going on in the United States. There's still a large population that doesn't want to know, is not aware, doesn't question, but that can be said about a lot of things going on in the States. So it's an interesting time right now, and it is encouraging to see that more youth especially are starting to educate themselves and take a stand on that.
Thank you. And you, Pablo, what do you say about these items? What the American people think about the Cuban situation?
Well, first, I feel that the media plays a prominent role in the demonization of Cuba and has done it for a long time. However, a lot of the youth are starting to realize the advances that which Cuba has done. They're starting to become a little bit more aware. More specifically, a lot of the new generations of Cubans are no longer, harnessing that hate that the Cuban exile community brought with them. They're starting to question, they're starting to realize, and they're starting to see, as I mentioned, the advances that Cuba is doing. So the shift is slowly turning, but, but we're still struggling, but a lot of people are starting to come to terms with.
So something can change in this situation. The opinion about Cuba can change in the United States slowly.
Yeah, definitely, and it's events like this that can bring awareness to Cuba and their struggle.
Abbiamo chiesto ai ragazzi qual è la situazione, qual è l'opinione che in America si ha della situazione di Cuba. Ci hanno detto che è davvero molto difficile, soprattutto far conoscere cos'è realmente Cuba al popolo americano, in quanto i media sono interessati a trasmettere un'immagine dell'isola molto negativa. E soprattutto questa situazione si ritrova molto forte anche nella comunità cubana, che è composta in larga parte magari dai figli degli esuli cubani dopo la fine del regime. Ecco, comunque ci stanno dicendo che qualcosa sta cambiando. We know that the situation in the United States is so hard for a communist force, for a force that fight against the establishment and this situation. And so, you have some suggestions also to us for increase our battle against this situation.
Suggestions. If anything, I feel like we've taken away a lot from you. We've learned a lot. Our meeting yesterday was very. I personally came away from it with a lot of information and new ideas and inspirations, and I find the Italian group to be very inspiring and to, again, similar situations that American youth are facing. And I wouldn't have any suggestions for you. I think it's more the other way around. I've taken a lot of criticism and suggestions from your group, and I appreciate that immensely.
But what are your main important activities in USA? What do you do for your party?
What do we do for our party? Well, we are party members as well as members of the Young Communist League, and we organize youth through we educate, agitate, and organize around socialist ideas and to show the youth that there is a revolutionary alternative. such as in Los Angeles, the club that we specifically belong to, we're doing things like that by, community gardening, food distribution, clothing giveaways to kind of give people an example of what socialism is. So that would be some of the prominent roles that we play in the Youth League.
And we think it's very hard in the USA, like as here in Italy, to do this thing. It's a very hard situation, or not?
Yes, definitely. It's hard everywhere, especially in the US. And I guess the only suggestion that I would be able to give you guys is to make it known that you do have comrades fighting within the belly of the beast. Not a lot of people know. Not a lot of people are usually shocked, like, wow, there's communists in the U.S. Yeah, we're still around, we're struggling, and we're counting on you guys just as much as you guys are counting on us. It's part of the international movement, so.
No. Abbiamo chiesto ai ragazzi qual è la loro attività come Partito Comunista negli Stati Uniti e com'è la situazione negli Stati Uniti. Ci hanno risposto che è molto difficile in quanto nel momento di crisi economica la gente tende a credere poco all'alternativa, ma ha sete di qualcosa di diverso comunque, vuole cambiare le cose e soprattutto c'è molto spazio per l'alternativa al messaggio che un partito socialista comunista. We hope to see you soon. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you. I hope we can come together and collaborate on projects in the future. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you guys soon.